So we're going to dive in today to things why we do CrossFit. We're going to talk about the basics of nutrition and just kind of why we do what we do every single day. Because I know a lot of times it's like, I go to the gym, I try to eat good, but why? Like, why do we actually do it? So here's our lovely picture of the gym. We've got our people, we've got our coffee, we've got our food, all the things we love, right? So I am going to be reading my notes that I have on here. They're notes that I've written. It's taken a while to make this presentation. So if you see me, I hate looking at notes and reading them, but I had to write them down because if I don't write them down, I'm going to forget something. So if you see me glancing at my screen, I'm just reading all my notes. So we're going to dig into why we do CrossFit, how to get yourself to be the best version of you in every way possible, inside the gym and also outside of the gym, because CrossFit is made for doing what we do in our day-to-day life. It's not just what we do in the gym. So of course, your exercise is important, but your health, your eating, the way your diet is, that's almost just as important. So I'm going to be speaking from my own personal experiences today, and also from what I've learned over the years as a CrossFit and nutrition coach. I've had the privilege of working with you guys for almost a year now. It's actually been like 10 months, but I get to spend a lot of time with you. I feel very blessed and very thankful that I get to, I know you guys a lot better now. I love it. I love you guys. If you're feeling convicted today, it's because you're guilty. But know that I'm saying these things out of a place of love, as a coach, as a friend, as someone who hears, maybe whether you want me to hear it or not, your daily conversation as to like what's going on in life, or like how you did on the weekend, how you're feeling today because of what you did on the weekend. I hear these things, and like I said, over the past 10 months, I want to help more. That's what I love to do. I love being a coach, and so I'm saying all of these things today because I care. And I want you guys to be better in life and all the things that you do. So we're going to start with what is CrossFit. Back years ago when CrossFit was made, they came out with the 10 general physical skills of CrossFit. So we've got them all here, and then you've got the definition next to them. You don't have to memorize them. You don't have to write them down. I just want you to know that these are the 10 general physical skills of CrossFit, because if you can master these skills in the gym, they will carry over and relay to other things in your life. So you've got the definition here, but I'm going to kind of translate those into how we use them in the gym. So first one's cardio, the ability of body systems to gather, process, and deliver oxygen. Everything we do in the gym, right? Cardio. You're running a lap for your warm-up. You're actually doing your workout. That's cardio. Stamina, I'm thinking endurance training in our longer workouts. So again, the process to deliver, store, and utilize energy. Then we're going to strength. So we have the skill portions of our workout on the board every day. Skills are usually when we try to get stronger, right? We've got our percentage work based off of our max lifts, and we're solely working on that lift. Sometimes we have an EMOM for skill, but it's usually a strength. So our heavier lifts, trying to get stronger there. Flexibility, the ability to maximize range of motion at any given joint. I put literally everything in CrossFit. Overhead squat. Can you put your arms over your head? Can you get into the bottom of your squat? Full range of motion. We need to be reaching those things. And can you do those things comfortably? Because a lot of times, we might be able to, but we're like, ooh, that doesn't feel right. So being flexible is super important. Power, I'm thinking about our Olympic lifts, being explosive and being aggressive. The actual definition is your muscular unit or combination of muscular units to apply maximum force and minimum time. So maximum force and minimum time, I'm thinking about how quick can you get to the bottom of your snatch position. That's power, right? Speed, first thing that comes to mind that we do is running, rowing, biking, some sort of sprints, and then short domain time frames for workouts, but speed can also be a lot of other things. How fast can you throw your wall ball and hit it to the target, and then do your next rep. So it doesn't just have to be like you're running, rowing, and those sort of things. Coordination, the ability to combine several movement patterns into a singular, distinct movement. So just bodily awareness, gymnastics, also being able to learn new movements, because CrossFit gives us new movements all the time. Agility, the ability to minimize transition time from one movement pattern to another. Being quick, but also intentional with your movements. So your box jump overs, pistols, handstand push-ups. Oh, sorry, I'm getting on the wrong one. Box jump overs, shuttle runs, and then balance was the one that I'm talking about. Bodily awareness, so balance, I'm thinking handstand push-ups, pistols, strict press, being able to stay stable, just staying balanced. And the last one's going to be accuracy, the ability to control any movement in a given direction or at any given intensity. So, did you nail your snatch? Did you catch it an inch in front or an inch behind you? That's being accurate. Can you throw your wall ball to the wall ball target, etc., etc. So as we improve these 10 skills within the gym, they can also go into different things that we do in our everyday life. So just so that you know, these are the 10 general physical skills of CrossFit. Came out way back when CrossFit first started. Next up, are we familiar with the pyramid? Yeah, kind of. Also, if you guys have anything that you want to chime in and say, we've got some coaches here, so if you guys want to add anything, you guys are allowed to talk. So let me know if you have a question, stop me, raise your hand, and I'll try to call on you so we can get some input. I want you guys to be able to feedback. Okay, so I'm going to go over the actual definition of these, and then we're going to dig into it. Sport. This applies fitness and competitive atmosphere with more randomized movements and skill mastery. Weightlifting. Develop ability to control external objects and produce power. Gymnastics. Establishes functional capacity for gymnastics, body control, and range of motion. Metabolic conditioning. What else is that called? Metcon. Builds capacity in each of 3 metabolic pathways, developing efficiency for short, medium, and long distance simultaneously. And then boom, nutrition's at the bottom, lays a molecular foundation for fitness and health. All right, let's start at the top. You could have gone to F45, Orange Theory, Planet Fitness, or wherever else, but you chose CrossFit and you stuck with it for a reason. If you quickly glance at the pyramid, you can see we do all of these things here in the gym. Sport, we mix in almost all of them. Track and field with our running, Olympic powerlifting, or Olympic and powerlifting in our strength sessions, gymnastics and our body weight movements, plus so much more. Practicing these different fitness domains can help us when we decide that we're going to go outside of the gym and do activities too. Things like hiking on vacation, swimming, pickleball, golf, all of these different things we start to practice in here. And it can help us, being stronger, being faster, all that good stuff. Metabolic conditioning, you said it, our Metcons, like it says, we can have short, medium, and long time domains. You should feel different in all of them. In CrossFit, we believe in constantly varied. This means with our movements and our time domains, you should feel a lot different after a 5-minute workout than you would after a 20-minute workout. Some workouts are made to bring on muscular fatigue, while others are meant to push your endurance capacity. It's always changing, which develops our fitness in different ways, of course, because everything's always different. It's always varied. So nutrition is the foundation of the pyramid. Of course, if you have a shaky foundation in anything, everything else is going to fall apart. When we think about our lifts versus our gymnastics movements, do you feel like one might be better than the other? A lot of times, yeah, something's better than the other. You might want to think, or you might want to work on those things inside the gym, of course, but have you ever thought about what you do outside of the gym that might be affecting that? How is your nutrition affecting your gymnastics? How is your nutrition affecting the way that you feel on Monday morning when you come into the gym? Gymnastics movements are a body weight to strength ratio. And I don't mean for this to get uncomfortable or, like I said, feeling guilty or anything, but it's just things that need to be mentioned. So with gymnastics, I know we all love to master our gymnastics movements. It's really cool. when you get to do something new and you're like, oh, damn, that was cool. I can do that now. But they are a body weight to strength ratio. So what I mean by that is if you're killing your lifts, you're killing your wall balls and other movements like that, but maybe you can't get yourself over top of that bar for a bar muscle up, you might want to think about how heavy you're sitting. Or, you know, in the same breath, if you're killing your gymnastics and your lifts are suffering, maybe you need to put on a little bit of muscle mass. Hello, me. It's what I've been doing for like a long time. And yeah, it is kind of uncomfortable to say sometimes, but hey, like, it's reality. We love to do cool things in here. Let's see what we need to do to make those better. That's where it all comes together. Sustaining a comfortable body weight that's fueling your workouts, not starving in here or outside of the gym, but something that's also realistic for your lifestyle. That's one of the most important things you guys can do for yourselves. We're good here? Okay, coffee break. All right, next up. We're moving now to kind of the general CrossFit basic stuff. We got our skills, our 10 general physical skills. We got our CrossFit pyramid. Boom, we set the foundation for the presentation to go. So first we're gonna find our focus. This is a point you guys can write down if you want on a blank sheet of paper. You can write it on the back of the things I gave you. I should have said this at first. I gave you 2 papers. One is a habit tracking map. Do that at home later today, sometime this weekend. Fill that out and just maybe set some goals on that one. But the other one is your food options guide. Those are gonna be like just a general list of foods. They're broken down by proteins, carbs, and fats. The proteins at the tops go from lean, moderate, to fatty. So of course the more fatty ones will have more fat in them. Leaner is the lean. But that's just a guide for you guys to have if you wanna kind of look at that later, not now. But you can write on the back of those if you want to. So find your focus. What is your focus? Establish a goal or a North Star, something that you can always like kind of go back to and refer, like, hey, I'm doing this because I have this goal. Make sure it's something realistic and attainable in the time frame that you are aiming for. Some examples of goals: a 300-pound back squat, eating out only 1 time per week, packing your lunch every day for work, maybe coming to the gym 15 plus times per month so you can get that sticker. Yeah. With your goals, we are going to aim for delayed gratification. So that's another point you can write for your goals. Aim for delayed gratification, not quick prizes. That sort of joy is fleeting. If you can enjoy your process of whatever you're doing, and I mean truly enjoy what you are doing day in and day out, you're gonna find happiness in the thing that you spend your time on. Then when your goal is met, you'll be so excited and ready to make a new goal because you actually enjoyed the process of what you just went through to get to your previous goal. I've been told once by a coach that a happy athlete is a dangerous athlete, and they meant that in a very good way. If you are in here and you're like, F these double unders, like, screw this, I literally hate this, chucking my rope out to Peoria. Are you gonna have a good time coming in here doing that again tomorrow? No, it's gonna suck. Like, it truly is gonna suck. So, and I've been there, trust me, I've been there. And if you can find a way to enjoy it, it's gonna make it better. So a couple ways I find making things better. It's very simple. First of all, a good mindset. We're gonna talk about mindset later. You might not get it today, you might not get it tomorrow, you might not get it this year. That's okay. We're in this for the long run. You don't have to set a deadline on yourself. Find friends, look around. You have like literally the best friends ever. Find people who will do it with you. And guess what? It's better if they're better at it. If I am practicing my double unders and I cannot get 2 in a row, I'm gonna pair up with Tristan because he's super good at double unders and he's gonna make me better. It might suck because someone is better than you, but friendly competition, that's probably another reason why we did CrossFit, right? Find someone that's better than you. Number 3, play really good music. You can put your headphones in, set the vibe. And I know that sounds silly, but usually if we have good music on, good vibes, like, you just feel better. So set the tone and your mindset and your atmosphere, and then work on your goals in a good environment. We good there? guys have anything to say?
Yeah.
Let me hear.
Headphones aren't allowed in the gym.
No, not in the gym. No, that is true. That's true.
I'll knock them out of your head.
Yeah, I meant like if you're in, let's say, open gym, or if you are out on a run, or at your house working on your dubs in your kitchen. Like throw your... Huh?
I don't want there to be any confusion.
Yeah, no. Y'all knew that though, I think, right? Larry, you knew that. All right, moving forward, we're still on Find Your Focus. Ooh, y'all better listen to this one. Be present and focused on the task at hand. When you are at the gym, focus on getting warmed up, even pre-warm-up. So yeah, we got our warm-up on the board back there. Of course, we go warm-up, skill, workout, or warm-up, WOD, skill. You guys are allowed to warm up before the warm-up. We have bands in the back. We have PVC pipes. We have foam rollers. We have lacrosse balls. We have bikes. I hear you guys so often, and I'm there too, talk about, oh my God, I'm so sore. My knees hurt so bad. Like, what are you doing to help yourself besides the warm-up? Because let me tell you, me and Sean, shout out Sean, we get here at 4:45 or 4:50 in the morning, and we're like, okay, we've got this in the skill, this in the workout. What's the best warm-up for the general population of the gym? That's going to be a good warm-up as best as we can get it for you. But people are different. So I'm going to need more work on my shoulders. David might need more warm-ups for his knees. So you're all different. What we have on the board is going to help you get warmed up, like I said. But try to focus on something maybe before the workout too. That's going to help prevent injury. That's going to help you feel a little bit better for when we actually do go into the skill and the workout. Just getting yourself warmed up a little bit before. Skill sessions. These are the time to work on your lifts and percentage work. WOD, that's usually high intensity, so there's not much talking or anything going on there. We're just working hard. In CrossFit, we know that intensity equals power, and power equals results. The harder we can work in the gym, the more power we can create. Obviously, the more higher stimulus and the higher intensity, you're going to get results. I also want you guys to think about, this is a good point you could write down too, is the AMRAP mentality. That means you're being so focused on the task at hand that outside noise is not relevant at the moment. A podcast I listen to kind of frequently is the Jason Khalipa podcast, and he talks all the time about the AMRAP mentality. And it's just like, when we're in that AMRAP, let's say it's 7 minutes. It's a pretty short workout, right? AMRAP, you are thinking, what rep am I on? How many reps can I get? Okay, I've got 5 minutes left. I'm on this round. Can I do that round again, the same pace? Like, you've got so much that you're thinking about that your boss from work that ticked you off earlier, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about your reps. You're thinking about how much you can get in this time span. So that's what the AMRAP mentality is. And I don't know, I love it. I think it sounds cool. Like, focus on what you're doing in the moment. This is your 1 hour of the day to better yourself, so make it count. You don't know what's going to happen when you leave the gym, what kind of chaos you're going to go into, what kind of chaos you might have come from during the day, so make this hour count. All right, I'm going to my notes on this one. Mindset is everything. I told you guys I would get to this. So get out of your head. I kind of just touched on it, but some examples that I hear, here's the guilty part, might be you, I might have gotten this from you. I never work out as good on Monday mornings as I do on Wednesday mornings. Well, guess what? You've told yourself that, you're probably going to believe it. If you had told yourself, ooh, I'm going in on a Monday morning because I have to, and I got stuff going on during the day, let's see how good I can work out right now. You probably will get a fully different outcome from your efforts with that mindset, whereas the negative mindset, you'd be like, oh, this freaking sucks, I don't want to be here, like, I'd have done better at this time of day, which brings me to the next one. I had to come to 3:30 today, and I'm so hot, I know I won't do as well. like, okay, yeah, it's hot, but it's always hot. Like, of course, you just can't go in with that mindset, So while all of these things and all of the excuses might have some truth to them, they unfortunately won't get any better by harping on them. Reframe your mindset from, I have to go work out, do I get to go work out? Because there are a lot of people that literally cannot go work out. So be thankful. One more note for mindset. You don't always have to rely on your Whoop recovery score or your Garmin body battery to decide if you feel like working out or not. Ooh. What, Mark?
No.
Yes, I do. It says I'm only at a 4% recovery, but I feel great, so I'm not going to work out. Self-assess first. I love my Garmin, I really do, but self-assess first. Then maybe check the numbers. If you wake up feeling like you got hit by a bus, take today light, of course. Maybe you get your body moving by getting just enough movement to flush out some soreness. Focus on recovery, but at the same time, if you feel great, and then you're like, let me check my Garmin or whatever, and it's like, oh, you're not recovered. Well, dang, I guess I can't go. Just make those decisions, self-assess first. Don't let our electronic devices control your mindset, because they might not always be right. I'm not saying they're wrong, because I love mine too, like I said. They might not always be right. Self-assess. One more thing I want to say about that too is the more we do these things that I'm talking about, the more we practice a good mindset, self-assessing how we feel, the more you do it, just like with anything in CrossFit or your diet, you're going to get better at it. So you might go into it at first, like, not really sure which way to go or how to assess things. The more you practice, the more you try, the better you'll get. Also, we have all the coaches here. If you ever have any questions on anything, always ask a coach. It can be anything. All right, I think this is the last one we got on finding your focus. When deciding on a goal or a North Star, never strive for mediocre. You could write that down too. Never strive for mediocre. Never downplay your goal. Goals might seem big and out of reach, but what's the point in dumbing down what you want? Getting there and then being mildly satisfied? That would suck. So aim for something big. Doesn't have to be big, but it could be something that you're like, I'm not really sure if I'll get this. Well, what's it going to hurt in trying? You get a little better at something else. Big goals equal big work, but so much more reward. So a lot of us fell in love with CrossFit because it was a challenge, but in a fun and competitive way. You get a huge range of variety in fitness movements and modalities, but you've probably also found that CrossFit just works. Like, you get the results you want, you get a great community, you don't have to come in here and even think about the workout because it's already written up on the board. CrossFit's great for a lot of different reasons. We write our scores on the board each day because what we do is measurable. CrossFit is an evidence-based fitness program, so the ability to measure, observe, and repeat workouts provides a solid foundation for collecting data. This data can then be analyzed to evaluate the effectiveness of the program, so what Tristan programs, see how it's working, identify trends, am I getting better at this lift, am I getting worse at this lift, or whatever it may be, and then make informed decisions about your training methods. That also goes with like the same thing as, I love to eat applesauce and a protein shake before my workout. Let me try something different, see if that works. Is that working? Did it make you feel like crap? Are you stuck in there for half the class? Like, trial and error, right? So think about our test workouts. We do those test workouts so that we can track our scores and repeat them later to see if we are getting any better. That's kind of like the joy of CrossFit too, is seeing yourself get better over time. With that being said, I understand that we have some people who are just here to get their workout in and really couldn't care any less about the workout score on the board. I get it, and that is okay, because this is a place to work out and get healthy. Your score does not have to be everything in your life. It truly does not have to be. But if you want it to be, it also can be. It's not a bad thing. Just remember that if and when you want to see improvements and you maybe don't care too much about the score, if you want to see improvements in fitness or nutrition, it's got to be measurable, and you've got to have your data. So you've got to have that starting line, whether it be that number on the scale or what you got on Fran. Then you got to track to see how far you're getting, right? You guys have anything to say on here? We're good? Okay. Next up, we're going into new and veteran CrossFitters because we have a lot of both sides here and also somewhere in the middle. So still finding the best workouts and ways for you. It's different for people. So newer veteran CrossFitter, you can always find new ways to improve. You should always be looking to improve your health and fitness, no matter what point you are at in the gym, what year you're on. Always be looking to improve health and fitness. Like I said, whether that be something in the gym or something you're trying to do better in your daily life. New members, be open to learning the correct way to do things, understand the basics, set realistic goals for yourself, and ask coaches for help. Veteran members, we've got a lot of people who have been here for a long time. So set aside your ego and be open to correcting habits. Oof. A lot of times I'm looking at people and I'm like, dang, we gotta fix that. Find something to work on and improve. And CrossFit is always adding new things to learn. So that's kind of how we keep it interesting over the years. There's always something to work at. Sound good? Good there? I don't have too much to say on that one, but just always being open to learning new, different ways can make it fun. Coffee break.
Is that in your notes?
Sorry, my throat's dry. Getting the best workout for you. Okay, I love this one. This is a good slide here. Not everyone is the same, so not everyone should have the same workouts. It's going to be different. RX does not always equal a good workout. If you are guilty right now, it's because you should be. RX does not always mean it's not a good workout for everybody. What? Yes. Let me just stop right here, and this isn't even in my notes. We'll get back to it. Stimulus. We should all feel the same way after a workout. RX scaled, we should all feel the same way. Ask a coach to help you scale workouts correctly. There's always something you can do, even if you are unable to perform the workout exactly how it is written on the board. I think you guys know that. We are going to help you. I don't know if you just came off of a knee surgery or whatever it might be. Hannah, when she comes back from having a baby, like we can modify things to where you can still, number one, get in here, get your exercise. One of the most important things, also, having the community of people to be here, it's an hour of your day that you get to spend with people you like, I hope. So we can always modify things to fit you and whatever you have going on. All right, we're going to start first with like how the workouts go and kind of how you should feel through them. Short time domain. Short time domain workouts are usually like 8 or less minutes. So that's a high intensity throughout. You should be able to move through the workout without any movements keeping you stuck for a long period of time. You don't really have time to stand around. You don't really have time to drink your water, get your chalk, think about the next movement. Too much of that and the workout ends before you have gotten like very much movement in at all. And I know that sounds kind of silly sometimes, but seriously, limiting your transitions, limiting the amount of chalk you're going to pour on your body is that can help you get a better workout. Medium time domains is like the 10-ish minutes to the 18-ish minutes. These are the workouts where you can push the pace a bit, but you also got to be mindful of the amount of time and the work coming at you. These are more than likely the workouts where I tell you to settle in, but then maybe in the last several minutes you get ready to push a little harder. Push to the finish line. No crawling to the finish line. Think about like a marathon runner. As they go, they probably get a little bit faster to finish. They're not crawling, dying to the finish line, at least we hope not. And then the long time domain. That's 20 minutes-ish plus. Usually means a lot of volume up ahead. Could be one or several movements like always, but you should be thinking about a pace you can sustain throughout. Your heart rate should not be to the moon at really any given time during the workout. If you're like this, 5 minutes in, you've probably gone out too hot and done something wrong. So those longer workouts, we want to be able to pace through because you've got a long time coming up. Knowing your paces and what you're capable of takes time. Like I said, the longer that you practice any of these things, the more you're going to know about yourself, the better you're going to be able to do. We call this the athlete IQ. like I said, the more you know, the more data, the better you can get at different things. The more and longer you come to the gym, the more experience you will get with all the mixed modalities, time domains, and movements. Back to RXing and scaled workouts. Choose weights that you can move. I understand a lot of times we want to push ourselves for that RX, but there's a time and a place for that. And the time and place for that is if we are testing a workout and you really are like close to that weight, if you want to test yourself, by all means. If we are doing, let's say, like the open, that's another test, maybe a competition locally that you found out that you wanted to do. Those are the times you can really like go balls to the wall, see what you can do. And of course, like I encourage that. If you want to do that sometimes, yes. But in our everyday class, no. That's not how we get better. You get better by mastering the basics, building capacity with the lighter weights, and then moving on to the big stuff. Speaking from experience again, I don't know how many times when Tristan was coaching the Ollie classes next door, I had to like use just the bar for my overhead squats and my snatches. Because 1,000 practice reps that are perfect is going to make that muscle memory stick, and then you just get better and more solid in those positions. I know it's humbling and it's kind of like you got to swallow your ego, swallow your pride, whatever, but having the barbell and being able to like comfortably move through different positions makes a world of difference. Next up, here we go. Oftentimes, when the coach is at the whiteboard giving the brief, and we break down the time caps and how long it should take, we get laughs. That literally happened yesterday. We get laughs. But we mean it. We really do mean it. And we've thought about how and why you should be able to finish in that time cap. Yes, some days are very challenging, and we see on the whiteboard that a lot of people don't finish. They might get close, but that's pretty rare. We try to make it to where everybody should have a great workout and a chance to finish within time caps that we've set. Let's say, for example, someone can finish Fran. Fran is 21-15-9 thrusters and pull-ups. If you can finish that, it should be a short workout. So if someone finishes Fran in less than 3 minutes, I expect you guys to scale to something that you can also finish Fran in that short of a time frame-ish, give or take. Of course, at 3 minutes, but very close. Yeah, it's cool that you can do the 45 thrusters at 95-65 and all of the pull-ups, but if you're doing that in 15 minutes and someone else is doing it in 3, not the same workout, right? So we want to, you'd be getting a totally different stimulus from the workout. So we set the time caps because we want everybody to feel the same way after their workout. That's important. Do you guys have any questions on RXing or scaling or anything in between? Coaches, any comments?
I got a comment.
Okay.
So just to kind of get a feel for maybe what Lindsay's talking about and you understanding the stimulus you should be getting, maybe record your workout sometime and don't look at how good or bad you look at the time that you're stopped and not doing anything. That'll help you in understanding how long of this 7-minute workout did I actually not do a damn thing. Okay? And you'll probably surprise yourself at how long you spend not working out in that 7 minutes. And find your ways to understand, all right, I'm gonna give myself 5 seconds, not the 30 that I actually stood around the last time.
Yeah.
I think that'll help you keep yourself moving.
Good point.
And going from like the scale point of view, coming from I felt pregnant and surgeries, I know mentally for a lot of people, especially men, y'all with your egos, it's hard to think I'm not doing a workout because I don't want to do this because like I have to scale it down or I look less manly or what, even for some girls, whatever. But a scaled workout can be just as hard, if not more hard, than an RX workout when you're moving your body the proper way for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Me and Evan were actually talking about this, and sometimes me and Evan both will, in the afternoons when we're coaching, we'll actually work out in the middle of classes, and people are like, oh my gosh, like you're going so fast. I'm like, yeah, you should have done that too. Like we should be doing, not that you always have to do lighter, but you should be moving in the same ways almost that we are. And I'm not saying like we're the best ever, but we all want, again, to get the same stimulus. So we should be kind of looking alike, on our movements. If I'm doing box jump overs, I want you to almost be doing your step overs in the same time frame. We should be getting off the movements at almost the same time. Now, again, we're all different, so we are going to all do things differently, timing-wise, but you guys get the point of scaling, why that's important. And then, of course, let's say you scale the workout back, but you really want to try and see if you could maybe do a clean at the weight that we did in the workout, or a couple cleans. Take your time after class and practice that. Like, nobody says you can't. You always have time in between classes or sometimes open gym. You can always go back and try the things that you're like, I wonder if I could have done that. I wonder if I could have done those 50 double unders in the minute that Lindsay gave us during the workout. Like, try it. You're getting more of a workout, and you're probably, again, getting better at the things you keep practicing. So, okay. Moving forward. Ooh, we're getting into nutrition now. So, we've kind of mastered and we've gone over all of the things we need to know about what we do in the gym. Let's talk about what we do out of the gym. So as we saw in the CrossFit pyramid, nutrition is the foundation and the base layer. How you eat is how you look, how you feel, how you perform, how energized you are, plus so many other things in your life. So over here we've got the plate method. If you've been a nutrition client of mine or ever heard me even talk about a good idea of how to eat, we're starting with the plate method. It's so simple. You've got a quarter of your plate being protein, a quarter of your plate being starchy carbs, and then a quarter of your plate being veggies. That food options guide I gave you has your proteins, carbs, some fats, and then of course vegetable options that are good to go. So you can kind of piece it together by looking at that and the plate method. The plate method is so efficient because you can do it at home, you can do it when you're eating at a restaurant, on the go, all that stuff. So your diet can affect so many aspects of your life. Your sleep, your energy levels at work or in the gym each day, how you feel about yourself in certain clothes, the list goes on. Today we're mainly going to touch on how it can help you succeed in the gym, but also, even more importantly almost, carry over into your everyday life. So many of us, and I want to just stress this so much, that people let the number on the scale dictate their happiness. And that's trash. That's a trash idea. Don't do it. It's stupid and it's silly. The number is important, of course, but letting it dictate how you feel is a no-go. It's not everything, and it's not always the best tool to use in progress tracking, especially as people who work out. Because if you know anything about your nutrition, and if you've ever done an in-body scan or you've seen that data, your muscle mass is going to play a big role in that. Your body fat's going to play a big role in that. Maybe the time of day you weighed is going to play a big role in that. So you cannot always just go off of the number of how many pounds you weigh. Examples that I have heard is, I'm feeling great in the gym, I'm eating really clean foods, and my clothes are fitting much better, but I'm really just not seeing progress in the number. What do you mean? You literally just said like 4 different things that you are freaking getting way better at. Your sleep is better, your progress in the gym is better, your clothes are fitting better. Why the hell are you stressed about the freaking number on the scale? Like, yes, like I said, it is a good tool to like have a baseline, and it is great to have a goal of maybe losing 10 pounds or something. But if you are seeing different changes outside of that number, like you can't harp on that, because that's going to put you in a really bad mindset and a really bad just space every time you look at the scale. Sometimes you can't just go off of that. A healthy diet takes time and trial, just like everything else, trial and error, to get down pat. I'm not saying that you're going to leave here and be like, oh my God, I know exactly what I need to do, and I'm doing it, and today's the day, I'm a changed person. I'm not saying that. It's going to take time. You're probably going to want to go out to dinners and birthday parties, and things are going to happen in life because it's life, and you should be able to enjoy those things. But, there's a balance for everything. But that also goes both ways. So whether you're looking to lose weight or maybe see that number on the scale change along with other really great aspects to check in on, some people might feel like they need to gain some weight from healthy muscle mass. So it does go both ways. Everybody's different, again, and everybody's got different goals. So find what matters to you. That's the most important part. Make some goals, make some changes. I can help you guys out if you ever need some tips, of course, on what to do. But change has to happen for change to actually happen. Do you guys have any questions off of this slide? Or your food options guide? We're good there? Okay. So I'm certified through Healthy Steps Nutrition. Of course, I've told you guys this, but I love helping people find their healthiest and most realistic path to your goals. I don't really believe in fad diets, shortcuts, or reaching your goals in any other way, like that is the quick way. Not saying that you can't find your goals kind of quickly and reach them, but I always say to aim for delayed gratification. That can be the most rewarding success, and it's probably the most realistic way that you are actually going to reach your goals. If you're cutting something out for a month, you're probably going to go right back to that thing that you cut out after the month. So finding a way to actually find a balance with those things for the long run. You absolutely can find your goals fast, but like I just said, trying to find delayed gratification can be more successful. You got to be ready to say no to those cravings and temptations when they start to hit. You cannot be consistent 75% of the time and then expect to see 100% reach of your goals. If you want to see 100%, you got to be 100%. Tips for starting your nutrition journey. I just came out with 10 of them. You can quick note them if you want to. I'm going to talk about it, or I'm going to read this real quick, and then we'll dive into them. Follow the plate method for each meal. Actually, we'll go as they go. So, following the plate method. We already went over it. Lean protein. I would always go for grilled, broiled, baked options anytime. Your veggies, if you're out at a restaurant or you're cooking at home, try to limit your oils and butters and stuff like that. Fats, try to limit your sauces. Check in on those sauces if you're buying them from the grocery store. Look at the nutrition label. Check the fat content because that can creep up pretty quickly. And then your starchy carbs. I always say for your plate method, if you can grow them, harvest them, kill what you're eating, it's probably good to go. Number 2. Measure/weigh your food. You don't know what you're having if you don't know. Measuring and weighing your food is something I tell almost all of my nutrition clients that if you have not done it before, you need to do it. It doesn't mean you have to do it forever, but you need to start at some point so you can see actually what these portions truly look like. The most common one that I always see on Instagram or something is, this is how much peanut butter I'm having. This is how much actually is 2 tablespoons. And it's and then a little thing. So that goes for anything. That could go for healthy foods. A cup of rice. You might be having 2 cups of rice on accident when you thought it was just a cup. So that adds a couple hundred calories each day if you don't know it. So you could be 200 calories each day above your actual goal. And you're like, why is the scale, again, that number, why is the scale staying the same? So you just don't know if you don't know. Weighing and measuring your food, you might find that you love it and you want to do it forever. I personally love it because I love to know that I'm eating actually enough for my goals and my performance. But I think that everybody should try it at least for a while. You can get a food scale, you can get measuring cups. That way you have a baseline. Again, if it's measurable, you can test, you can try it out, see what works and what doesn't.
What about seasonings? Do they add calories?
Seasonings are honestly pretty fair game. You can check the label and make sure they don't have a bunch of processed weird shit in it. Sorry, weird stuff in it. But seasonings are pretty fair. Salt, pepper,
Yeah, like Blackfin seasoning.
Yes, absolutely. We're seasoning freaks. Number 3, hydrate. It is hot in Florida. Hydration is super important and can also help with hunger cues and your metabolism function. So please, God, drink your water. Number 4, pre-plan meals for the week. If you don't know what you're going to have, saying F it becomes so much easier. Have staple meals that you know you love to cook and eat, and the ingredients at home so you know what you're going to have. I know sometimes people with huge families, you might not It might not be as easy, but it is doable. It's not always easy, but it can be doable. Oh, I had more on that. Have staple meals and ingredients so you know what you're going to have. Oh, here's, and guess what? Your family, your spouse, your kids can't eat the same thing. You're like, oh, my kid doesn't like that. Okay, they can pour a bowl of cereal. Sorry, I know I'm not a mom, I'm not a parent, but it's true.
I know, the more you eat it, the more likely.
Exactly, the more that they see you eating these things, your spouse too, the more they're gonna eat it. Also, we're growing up right now in a time where it's like very easy to go get the fast food and stuff, but it's also expensive as hell. So, and I know it's expensive to go get groceries as well, but having it at home, being able to prepare it, you can have leftovers. It is honestly cheaper to go buy your groceries, especially if you can find those certain items that you really like. It works. They can pour a bowl of cereal. Number 5, don't buy it if it's tempting. If it's not there at your house, you cannot reach for it when you get those temptations. Those small bites of like, I'm just gonna pick one off of your plate and whatever, it wasn't even there. Those quick bites and foods quickly add calories, so quickly. So I'm thinking salad dressings, chips that you might just be grabbing, eyeballing your portions, liquid calories, what do you put in your coffee? Like, those can add 500 calories each day so quickly. And if you were at your calorie deficit, if you're trying to lose some weight, we've got you at a small calorie deficit, but you're going ham on the coffee creamer and the freaking chips at salsas. Oh, I'm just gonna have 3. Yeah, nobody has 3. So that's adding a lot of calories. While I'm talking coffee, really good coffee order. Iced coffee, plain black, melted honey, splash of oat milk, or your milk that you like best. It's really good. Whole Foods, nice and sweet, it's good. Okay, 6, quit starving yourself. Eat enough food for your goals. Fight or flight of your metabolism is a real thing. Let me tell you, the leanest I have ever been and the best I've ever felt, speaking from experience, was when I was eating the most I've ever eaten in my life. Seriously, the most. And that wasn't the most of like trash foods, of like not super processed stuff, whole foods, but eating a lot of it. It's crazy how that works, but we work really hard in here, especially if you're coming to the gym 4+ times a week and you're sweating like crazy. I hope that you guys are eating enough to fuel your performance. 7, sorry.
So you told me one time we were talking about weight.
Oh gosh, what did I tell you?
Well, you said maybe you're not eating enough.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you know what that balance is?
Well, it's very specific to you, your height, your age, your goals, how active you are. It's specific to everybody. If you're more active and you're in here doing a lot, your job is active, you're barely sitting during the day because you're always up and about, you're probably going to need more calories than someone the exact same height, age, gender as you that's not working out as much, of course, because you're burning more calories. It's very specific. Like I said, all of those things come into play, but that's something we could talk, because I can't just shout a number at you. I don't. Yeah, but honestly, eating enough is important. Ladies, eat your food. I go to the Hoffman's every Sunday night for dinner, and there's not a Sunday dinner that goes by that I'm not like, you get another plate? Yeah, I'm getting another plate. It doesn't happen.
Take leftovers for tomorrow.
No, and I mean, they just know now, and they're okay with it because they know. Like, guess what? And Kara probably hates me, and my mom, because I'm like, hey, y'all want to come over for dinner? Yeah, what are you having? Is it going to be like, is it going to be like Taco Bell, or should I bring something? But I mean, they know, and that's another good point to bring up. They don't ever have Taco Bell. It's a good point to bring up that I don't have in my notes, but now that I'm thinking about it, it can be uncomfortable at first to put it out there that like, hey, I'm on this journey of trying to better myself. I'm looking at like 3 teachers right now that probably go into break rooms with like, fucking, I don't even know what, like cakes and freaking donuts, all these things. And it can be really awkward because I've been in that position, being the one bringing your food. But guess what? Over time, you don't care. They start asking questions. They might get on board with you. People, they might ask, like, why are you bringing your own food? Like, well, I'm just trying to better, I'm trying to better my health. What are they going to do? Knock you for that? Okay, cool. Yeah, right.
Look at you. You need to eat.
Right. One donut won't kill you. Yeah, I know it won't, but I don't want to look like you, so boom. Sorry. Nutrition gets me going. But I mean, come on, it's true, right? Yes, Bree, go for it. Please change the topic.
We'll pivot a little bit.
Yeah.
What if you're not hungry? What if you're not hungry? Like, how do you, and you know you need to eat more, but like sometimes, especially with the heat right now,
Yes.
or you don't feel like an appetite.
Good point. What if you don't feel like eating? Find foods that can digest quickly and you don't have to chew a lot. I know that sounds kind of silly, but if you don't have to chew a ton, it's kind of easier to process. So I'm thinking like smoothies. You can load a smoothie with a lot of fruit, protein powder, oats. You can load it with chia, all these sorts of different things that can actually add up to being as calorie dense. And you got your carbs, you got your fats, you got your protein. So it's not optimal to do it like at every single meal. But if you leave the gym and you're like, I just don't quite want dinner yet, make like something quick and easy to digest, like a smoothie. Yogurts are really easy. They're also cold, so it's nice to have. Salads are great because they're also cold. You can add it with like some chicken or eggs or tuna on top. Something that's not, you don't have to like sit there and chew forever. You're like probably also coming down from sweating from the gym, so you don't want to sweat while you're eating. Colder foods like smoothies, like I said, something you don't have to chew a lot. Does that help?
Yeah. So you still need something.
You absolutely still need something.
I know I don't feel hungry, but
Yeah.
I shouldn't listen to that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it might take like 30 more minutes to an hour before you start to become hungry, but you do need to eat. A lot of people, I see Kristen almost every single day, she's got her shake in the freezer so that when she's done working out, it's kind of icy. That could be something you could start adding is just a shake right here, because if you don't feel like eating, that's kind of nice to have right after your workout. And it'll get you a lot of protein. Okay, where did I leave off? 7?
Lindsay,
Yes.
would it be fair to tell them about a TDEE calculator? Get an idea of where they should be.
Yeah, if you don't want to come see me, I mean, I guess. Yeah, you can always Google a TDEE calculator. That kind of will give you like your daily expenditure. You can put in age, gender, all this different stuff. It'll give you a general number of your calories, fats, carbs, and proteins. It's Google. It's available to anybody. It's free. Accurate-ish, probably, just like anything on.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah, get a good
I bet
idea.
all the women go, there's no way I'm going to eat all that.
Yeah, you should. 9 times out of 10, when I see clients upstairs, friends, clients, they're like, I can't eat that much. Oh, you better learn, because you need to. Seriously, eating a lot of whole foods, you'll surprise yourself.
Plus, you can't overeat broccoli, right? So
Right.
You can't overeat those
Nobody
kinds of
ever got
foods.
fat from eating freaking bananas, okay? Like, eat your food. Oh my God, Tracy, shut up.
She didn't say anything about the pool.
We are moving on. Number 7, have healthy snacks readily available. Find staple snacks that you enjoy. Always have them with you so you're not reaching for the Oreos at night. 8, I can help you guys out with that. I love snacks. Number 8, never leave without something to eat. If you're going to be gone from home for a while, pack snacks. Don't let yourself become hangry on the go and then find yourself at the local McDonald's 1,600 calories later. Seriously, I always have food. I don't care if I'm going to be gone for an hour. I'm packing a banana and a boiled egg because, God forbid, I get stuck on Sandridge Road on a 1-lane traffic day and I'm hangry. It's not a good thing. Number 9, limit your cheat meals and alcohol. I hate even saying cheat meal because it's kind of silly, but you guys know what I mean when I say that. Those little cheats and alcohol can add calories like none other. When you drink, odds are you're not reaching for the grilled chicken salad. Okay, you're probably reaching for the chips and dip and the whatever else. Yeah, so Also, alcohol doesn't just affect or doesn't add on just calories, it affects the way your metabolism can function for the next day or two. So just keep that in mind when drinking. And number 10, my last quick tip, is pre-plan your restaurant meals. Check the menu before you go. If you know where you're going, you can kind of check and decide what you're gonna have. It makes it a little bit more comfortable when you're there and you're ready to order. I always go for the grilled or baked option, and then water with your meals is cheaper and of course a little bit healthier. Do you guys have any questions or any other things to talk about on this one? Those are just some quick tips. Okay. This slide I don't have too much to say, but these are just some examples of the peanut butter example, how easy it is to lie to yourself. Next is oils we cook in. Just a dash of oil can easily become double the amount of calories if you're not measuring. A handful of almonds, if you're not counting them, again, can become almost double the amount of calories. So double of these 3 things could equal 400 extra calories. And then you're like, why am I not seeing any shift or change in anything? Well, it's because you're above your calorie deficit or your maintenance calories that we decided on. So you're actually overeating. So there's just some examples. Also, weighing your food, super important like I talked about. I have a scale off of Amazon. It was $13, you can get one. And then this is the nutrition label. 3 things we're always looking for is your fat, your carbs, and your proteins. And then you got, of course, your calories up top. The other stuff is important, but if you're just starting and you're trying to make some goals, you're looking at fat, carb, protein. Again, if you guys are looking to dive more into nutrition, come see me. I can give you some more details on all this stuff. All right, eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, and no sugar. What is that from? Does anybody know? Yes. Fitness in 100 words. So when CrossFit came out again, they came out with this huge long saying, well, not huge long, 100 words to be exact. And it starts with this. So protein should be lean and varied and account for about 30% of total caloric load. Carbs should be predominantly low glycemic and account for about 40% of your total load. Fat should be from whole food sources and account for about 30% of your total load. This is also generic. The 40-30-30 is generic. It can be different for everybody. Generic. Your calories should be based off your specific needs, height, age, gender, activity level, personal goals, etc. All have a factor in how much food you need daily. Like I said, it's just for general purposes, it's 40-30-30. Moving on, we're going to break down each macro. So protein is the building blocks of our muscles. We can grow and recover better when we have adequate amounts of protein. Carbs are our body's energy source. Without carbs in our body, we will not perform to our best potential. And I'm talking whole food carb sources like veggies, rice, potatoes, fruits, natural things. We want to always step away from the processed foods as much as possible. Like I said earlier, if you can grow, hunt, or harvest it, it's good to go. You're probably good to eat it. Fats are important for storing energy and support cell function. Fats also help your body absorb some nutrients and produce important hormones too. Moral of the story, we need all 3 macronutrients in our daily diet. There's no fad diet or eliminating full food groups that will be more successful or doable for a healthy lifetime unless you have something that the doctor has addressed specifically for you, of course. We good here? All right, we're almost done. This is really important, and this one means a lot, honestly. So bringing CrossFit and nutrition together. This is a sickness, wellness, fitness continuum. Another thing that CrossFit has put out for everyone. This is based off of measurements of your blood pressure, body fat, bone density, triglycerides, good and bad cholesterol, flexibility, muscle mass, etc. So when you go to the doctor, let's say for your annual checkup or something maybe you go in for, you'll probably get a list of some of these things. Blood pressure results, body fat, they weigh you, all that stuff. The continuum talks about there's people being over here, which we call sick. You actually don't have to be diagnosed with a sickness, but just being very, let's say, morbidly obese or over here in the sick range. As we go into doing CrossFit, because that's our fitness, right? We push towards this other side of the continuum. So, if done correctly, CrossFit provides us with a great margin of protection against the ravages of time and disease. We're all somewhere on this continuum already right now. So if you look at it, pin yourself. Fittest being like best with all the numbers. You can work out well. That's over there. Like I said, over here would be like obese and sick and all that stuff. In the middle is like you're getting there, right? So try to pin yourself somewhere right now. CrossFit allows us, no matter where we are currently in our lives, to move further and further right on this continuum. If we can get ourselves to the fitness side of this continuum, I believe our lives will be so much better lived. You don't know what life is going to throw at you. I hope this never happens to any of us, but what if you're a little bit older, or my age even, and you go in for your annual checkup to find you've got something seriously wrong? Where would you rather be at when you find that news? Would you rather be sick already? Or would you rather be fit so you can hopefully fight against and recover from whatever's going on? I know it's pretty deep, but I mean, it's true. Or, Drew's gonna love this if he was here. You're living your everyday life and you get struck by a bullet. That happened to Drew. I've talked to him, he's cool with me saying that, and I'm sure you all know. But Drew has said that he credits CrossFit for playing a huge role in his survival and recovery of his situation. So, I mean, you truly never know what's going to come at you in life. Hopefully, you're over here on this side already. Point is, your life will significantly improve in all aspects if you can get closer and closer to the fitness side of this continuum. And as you know, and like I've said, coming to CrossFit, giving it your best go, getting healthy, getting your diet in check, sleeping well, spending time doing fun things outside of the gym that are also active, being with the people who make your life a little bit better, can help you get toward this side of the continuum. Do you guys have anything for this? Anything you want to add? No? Okay. All right, last slide. Oh, we're almost done. CrossFit is for everyone and it has no end point. Your health will never stop mattering, so start working towards your goals now. The coaches here at Blackfin are here for you. Let us help you. I have talked, of course, to every coach we have. We care, like a lot. We really do. Never be afraid to try something new. We always have your best interest in mind, and we want what is best for you for the long run. Always keep a positive and open mindset about all things health and fitness, and never downplay your goals. You guys have anything else? Last slide. Thanks for coming. Set some new goals. Get ready for a second half of 2024. I'm always here if you need extra help, advice, extra coaching. And then I'm sure all of y'all have my phone number, the email. And let me know if you guys need anything, of course. That's all.